Well, hello, BBs, and thank you so much for joining me. As you can see, we're dipping our toes back into the Amberverse. I've obviously stayed away. I really haven't watched much either as far as what she's been doing in the LCU. I have not been keeping up with her. Um, Obviously, we all know it's very scripted, very performative, but I also do find some entertainment with just what a fool Amber is making of herself. And this video is brought to us by the great Bepeedee. So honestly, the way they edit and everything actually makes it sort of tolerable. So a big thank you to them. I will have their information in the description. But again, thank you to all of you. Your support of my teeny tiny channel. It really means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. All your likes, your hypes, your subscriptions, all my members, all my mods, everybody in the Discord, everybody that joins me in my lives, my members, the Skeleton Society. Thank you, BBs, so much. All right, well, let's see what we're in for today, shall we?
Listeners, the Greys are free. Hello, Greys. You're here for just a little bit. We've put together a show centered around Miss ALR. Question.
Which honestly, isn't it always? They're really milking her for all she's worth at this point, I think.
One, which is, it's about Rarity. There was a narrative shift between 2024 and 2025 regarding Rarity going missing, and there was intense damage control during your live stream.
She's got that trout mouth ready, baby. Yeah, I think we all understand there's been a variety of versions of the Rarity story. At this point, I honestly don't know what to believe. You know damn well you can't believe Amber, but you can't believe Emily either. So it's like, I don't know. But unfortunately, there was an innocent animal that was the victim of this situation, and I think that's the focus, honestly.
Revealing, interviews, and with revealing interviews from third parties, like Emily's interview.
I had to go to work for a 12-hour shift, and then I came home and the cat was missing. So I spent all night looking for the cat and making, she didn't do anything to help with the cat. She didn't even go outside with me for the initial, my initial search. I searched the house. She didn't even do that. She sat on the couch.
What is the story?
Now, I will say this. I find whatever Emily says to sound more believable, at least. Because what she just said as far as like, oh, Amber didn't even bother to look anywhere, I believe that. Because Amber's a lazy bitch, and she was using that cat as fodder to try to get Emily to respond. We saw all the texts that happened around that time. They were in the middle of a big fight. Amber was basically trying to say anything she could to get Emily to respond. And once she did, after she said the Rarity thing, she didn't even really hardly mention it. So she didn't give a shit. All she cared about was that Emily was not complying or feeding into that fight at that moment. She was desperate to do anything to get to Emily.
That you have about what happened to Rarity.
So the situation was me and my girlfriend, we were in a very bad argument. Like, it was toxic as it was like 5 a.m. And when she left, she went through the back door because I was blocking the front door. And when she left, she left the sliding glass door.
Honestly, it's not even that much of an exaggeration, but I love the Resident Evil reference. Like, are we watching actual footage of Amberlynn? Seems too believable.
Open. It wasn't a lot. It was just a little bit. I did not notice until like an hour or 2 hours later because I was sitting at the kitchen table just like distraught, and I felt a cold breeze and I was like, that feels different. So that's exactly how Rarity went missing.
I can say something. Well, at first she said that she was letting the dogs out and Amber was the one that accidentally left the door open.
I was lying for my girlfriend.
I have lied for her.
Because my girlfriend was hated by everybody. And it's like, everyone wanted us not together. And I was like, if I'm going to add another thing to like the pile that she already was experiencing, and I was like, that
about my cat, and I sat there and lied for her. I remember sitting there in her stupid truck where she sat there smoking cigarettes 24/7. She would go out there and at all the fat girls. Calm down. And
See, this is what I'm talking about. The editing is just masterful at this point. Again, it's like, who do you believe? Because they're both... Let's just say I'm glad they found each other so that there isn't other people involved. They honestly deserve each other. I think they're very equally matched, which I think is what Amber has a problem with. She's not used to somebody pushing back and giving her the manipulation and treatment that she normally gives others.
I literally looked at her and I said, I will tell everyone I did it.
So I was like protecting her, and it made me look like the bad guy.
But no, of course, Amberlynn's the bad guy.
Another question.
The other one, $50 from Kais, wants to ask if you'll ever reach out to your ex for them to make a public statement about leaving the back door open, since they're now a public figure themselves.
So she's not a public figure, but...
Okay. So they just called Emily her ex. Are they broken up again? Because the last I knew, they were together. So what's this post say? Not going to say anything more, but lies don't get the last word. Feelings can be intense, but they don't rewrite reality. This isn't about taking sides. It's about the truth and transparency. Evidence over accusations. Anyway, Marshall has an upcoming video that brings everything back to what matters: truth, transparency, and context, backed by real receipts. Hopefully this will put an end to the nonsense. Are we gonna get the video? Are we finally gonna get the video that Amber has been very scared of being released? But again, Emily is a freaking creep too, so she's got her own set of issues, and I think this is all just like feeding her, just being involved, being able to embarrass Amber, all of it. It's all just part of what she's into, and what an interesting world we live in.
I mean, I guess I could. The only thing I could do is ask her.
I think it might be worthwhile to see if they would make a statement publicly about the back door, sliding door issue.
I mean, I could talk to her
There's
about
several
it.
things she needs to make a statement on, because just the last time she basically called Amber a liar about DV's so.
Says, did you lie when you told me you didn't kick Amber on those 2 occasions? No.
Oh.
Right. She doesn't like want to be a part of this internet stuff, so it's hard.
Okay. So Barbecue Chillin says, Tommy actively involving herself. I said Barbecue Chillin. I meant BPD. Excuse me. Tommy actively involving herself and making statements publicly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's not like this was the first person that she like reached out to after the supposed love of her life had passed away. And before Amber, she had reached out to a few other like internet personalities that are similar to Amber. So again, I think this is all just part of some sick thing she enjoys, where she is like getting involved in these public things and embarrassing and like humiliation, you know. I don't know. But here's the conversation, I assume, between Rachel and Emily. So, of course, the stories of me kicking her are BS. One of the times she was referring to me kicking her, she was charging at me aggressively after she already pushed me down and landed on me, and I put my arms and legs in a protective stance. Honestly, imagine Amber about to charge at your ass. You might as well face down a buffalo at that point. It kind of reminds me of Simba running from all the wildebeests. So it's like, Jesus, yeah, I'd be scared, or you got a freaking half-tonner coming at you. She literally ramped her body into my leg. The thing is, I can see Amber doing this, so it is believable to me. I did not kick her. I didn't move my leg. It was literally a self-defense pose. Oh my god. I have no idea what she means, how I kicked her off the couch. I don't even know how that's physically possible. Yeah, that's true. That is true, but I also feel like big people are, even though they're hard or they're heavy, they are also kind of easy to push over, so I don't know. I don't think they've got a lot of core strength, if you know what I mean. Okay, so here's another example of Emily talking to reaction channels of all people. So I guess between her and Mr. Snowflake. But I'm sure Amber said she was on FaceTime with you and she was in a store with her mom when you ended it. Probably we're remembering wrong. Sorry. How did you end it and how did she take it? Okay, so I mean, honestly, I feel like this is kind of stupid because I think they've probably broken up and got back together about 20 times at this point, if not more. And that's only the ones we know of. So Emily then replies, both her pets would get scared during a tantrum. Wasabi would always run and hide in his little enclosed litter box when she would yell. I felt so bad for him. That breaks my heart. Um, Honestly, cats really only do that when they're like traumatized because they're like seeking comfort in like their own scent and filth, essentially. But I can 100% believe that. But we've seen how she acts on camera. Imagine how she acts off camera when she's fighting with someone like in real life. Like that makes me feel so sad for her animals. Obviously I already do, but it's heartbreaking. Um she said I felt so bad for him. I feel bad for Twinkie too, being stuck inside 24/7. I had to say I have no idea about when or what time she's referring to about being in the grocery store. I had it to, I had to end it from a multitude of reasons. She obviously didn't take it well. There was a lot of threats made just trying to ruin my life. Um, I'm willing to bet Amber probably does that a lot in most relationships, including like friendships, trying to like weaponize her audience and like who she is against them. So, why anybody would ever try to get involved with her, even from a friendship standpoint, I don't know. This person cannot be trusted and they're a vile human being. So, um, if I said anything public of her online, she still tries to reach out to me. Sometimes she's civil, sometimes she's. I can't see what it says. But yeah, so I mean, just proving that Emily is more than happy to involve herself. And again, I think it's all part of her little game. I think she loves it. This is where she's right where she wants to be, you know? Okay, what this say? So this is apparently Tommy, I guess on a comment of something. I like big people. That doesn't mean I can't love them and be supportive of what is best for them in order for them to get healthy and stay healthy. Yeah. Is that what you did with Colleen? I don't think so. And Amber's already let the cat out of the bag, bitch. That you like to see women on oxygen and worse. So we're not even going to get into that because it's honestly something I can't even wrap my head around. I mean, is it like a power thing? I don't get it. But Emily is a special kind of fucked up, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this is obviously a conversation between Emily and someone. Also, her coming and saying her jaw was on the floor about you following other big girls is a big lie. She came on the internet in a video and said she knew about it before and during and didn't care. Uh, that's so blank. She has been blaming your dog and said that the reason she had to put those pads down was initially because of your dog. Sorry that she's putting all the shit on you. We all know that it's 99% her. Okay, so this is like somebody saying this to Emily, and then Emily says, she's effing crazy. I just had an ex-girlfriend send me a Facebook message saying that her slandering my dog is effed up because she would never do anything like that. She knew I liked a big girl. She knew I liked a big girl. She liked that I liked big girls. She's just trying to make her myself look bad because she knows that I'm going to say about her. Okay. Honestly, why is Emily so like willing to just talk to anyone? Like I have thought about it in my mind for like one split second to send her a message just to see if not as Ragebone, just as like someone anonymous, just to see if she'd reply. But like obviously I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to touch the poo. It just makes me curious as to is it like attention seeking? She's just so happy for the attention. I don't know. Why am I trying to understand these people? It's because it's interesting to try to figure out like why people are the way they are, you know? I don't know. Oh gosh. So more leaked messages. These are from August of 2025. See, I don't know about any of this shit. I've been so out of the loop. So, I could have about 10 different lawsuits just from that single live. She went really low, saying I used coin as a weapon is effed up because she was jealous. Saying I faked everything and gaslighting me into thinking nothing happened. She misses squeezing my arm, but I'm not hard enough to leave gouges like that in actual. What the actual F? She's sympathized with a person who held me at point, and she is unhinged, and she's unhinged, and this is really effing awful for me. Again, do I think that Amber did these things? Absolutely. And nobody deserves any of this. But also, I think there is more to it than Emily is presenting, because any of her involvement as far as like the back and forth, she's tends to leave out. She doesn't like to say, well, yeah, I did probably antagonize or this, but regardless, nobody deserves this treatment. So she herself says her BPD brain is like Swiss cheese. She says remembers literally nothing. So now all of a sudden her brain is healed and she remembers it all. Please. She apologized via text for hurting you. There are texts of you telling her to get out and that you don't feel safe coming home. You definitely have a case. It's just horrific. I'm sorry. I understand. I will say that too, though. The evidence, as far as what we've seen, it does definitely look like more so Emily is telling the truth. Also, just the way that Emily presents herself makes her more convincing, whereas Amber doesn't have the brain power to do so. So it's almost not even like a fair fight, which is also another kind of creepy dynamic between them, if you think about it. You've got Amber, who is not only physically the way she is, but she's very emotionally and mentally stunted. And then you have Emily, who is a well-educated person, well-spoken, and is able to communicate and handle herself very well. So it's almost, again, like a power dynamic. So just a little armchair observations by an amateur, but I don't know. It raises a lot of questions. So Emily then says to this person, she's talking about my medical problems like that. It's effing embarrassing. She said if she mentioned the picture to try to get me fired. This person says, also, everyone knows that you didn't leave the door open. It's almost the exact story she told about Destiny's cat going missing when Amber wanted to get a kitten. We all know it was Amber. Yeah, I mean, coincidentally, the roommate also left the door open. Emily says, yeah, I'll be talking about all this stuff. She dug herself into a deep hole. Now, again, this is all from August, so I guess it's just showing the pattern here. You're going to do a vid or post too? She blamed every single fight on you. It's crazy. Every single ex and best friend can't be lying about her toxicity. Emily says, I'm not sure if she's going to monetize off this. I might as well try somehow too. At least pay for the damages to my house from her dog peeing everywhere.
I understand that, but like, if she really cares about you, she should want the people to back up off of you and take the heat away from you. And one of the things she can do is her take accountability and show the girl world people that she takes accountability for the she lied for.
Okay, that's fair. I'm sure she's watching. So, I mean, but I'll talk to her privately as well about it.
In your life?
Yeah, sounds very convincing, Amber. I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure that's what you're gonna do.
Stream, you claim the argument you and Dee were having went from the kitchen to upstairs and back downstairs, basically all over the house, and she ultimately left through the back door. Were you chasing her?
They're asking if you chased her around the house because the argument happened in multiple.
Yeah, I would 100% believe it. I think that she would probably often pursue her partners in a fight. Like, she's the type of person that's not going to leave you alone. Like, you might try to leave to get away from her, she'll follow you. I think that's also where we saw, like, the two of them, where Emily was sitting out in the truck and Amber was outside. I would run out there too. Shit, you can lock yourself in the car. She can't get in the car because she's She needs a freaking stool to get up in there. And if you need to, you can just leave. Just drive off. Like, easy as that. Like, but yeah, absolutely, Amber. I'm sure. Whatever she was able to physically do, she would do.
Locations.
So that's a silly question. If you've seen me walk to the wall.
See, I can run, folks.
That's all I really gotta say to that.
Oh, so you're gonna say that you were physically incapable of following her? I don't buy that for a second. Because both her and Chantal, they are physically capable of doing more than they do. They just don't want to do it because it's hard. But in those moments, Amberlynn will absolutely. Her adrenaline is running. She's pissed off. Hell yeah, I can see her moving. Yep.
Amber, why are you advocating to stay in DV relationships? That is so dangerous, especially since you advocated for victims to get help via the DV.
And especially because if you are in those situations, unfortunately, they almost always escalate. So you think, oh, well, it wasn't that bad. This, it'll get worse. It always does. So if you need help, BBs, get help. My heart and soul is with
The
you.
hotline before.
Okay, wait, have you ever advocated to stay in relationships that have...
So I advocate to leave relationships that are toxic, whether that's mental abuse, physical, verbal, doesn't matter.
So as Damon White in the Discord, I was there because I was talking to her about this, and
Oh my God. Okay, so what we're seeing right here is like the original girl world. This is where it started, baby. We got Michael B. Petty. We got Willow. We've got Zachary Michael. And then we have, gosh, I forget her name, but it had to do with potatoes. And she was a very sweet girl. This is the original lineup. Oh my gosh. Yes. This was like when I started watching.
she says maybe it wasn't because she doesn't think that a lesbian can help another lesbian, and I was like, like what the and then at
I'm
the time I
surprised she
didn't know
didn't
it was
blame that on the
Amberlynn.
friend.
I know, right?
Oh, and CXNT. How could I forget?
Me and my girlfriend, we broke up for months. And a lot of that, we barely spoke.
Sure, Janber. Oh my God, that's amazing.
And then eventually we started speaking again. And we noticed healing. We noticed a lot of changes and growth. And I believe that.
Oh shit.
And
Yeah,
we noticed
growth.
healing. We noticed a lot of changes and growth.
Oh my God. You know, it's bad when you can notice it on someone this size. Because 50 pounds to her is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. If she lost 50 pounds or gained 50 pounds, you wouldn't really tell. So, how much weight do you think this is? 100 pounds? 150 pounds? I mean, it's an alarming difference.
And I believe that people can change and grow. That is honestly, I mean, that's it. Should you stay with someone like that? No, but if you can see that both of you are improving and that you don't think it'll ever happen again, I don't know. I would never in a million years, no offense. I love you, Tommy. I know you're watching. No offense. I would never choose a partner over my animals.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, you already did, bitch. Ask Rarity. You already did. Yep. I don't care if you. Let's just extend our imagination right now and pretend for a moment that Amber didn't have anything to do with Rarity getting out. Okay, that was just all coincidence. You're the one that had to take her to Wisconsin. So ultimately, you are still at fault. So yes, you absolutely did choose a girlfriend, a feeder at that, who is going to do what she's always done and enjoy it. You chose that over what was best for your animals, and it resulted in you losing one.
Sorry.
There's another super chat by Heller that I think we got sidetracked on. Was you were toxic in the relationship, but Tom betrayed you in ways that are publicly humiliating and unforgivable.
I need to know if the Pocahontas and melting ice cream is real, please, Tommy. And then Tommy responds, or Emily responds, you already know. Yeah, no shit. Again, it's all just to like embarrass her. It's like she enjoys it.
You being back together is disappointing. What does your mom think about being back together?
And Fupa love you.
My mom just wants me happy.
It makes it 100 times worse to know that your partner went to your major op and said that information, and now like all of these people know that your partner said those horrible things. Like that's like adding so much salt to the wound. Like I can never look at them the same way, ever.
No, trust me.
I agree. Like, how the hell would you not even just getting back with them, how would you ever even just be their friend or speak to them again? Like, you purposely exposed me to humiliate me and try to like ruin my career. That like goes way beyond normal relationship shenanigans. You're actively like involving thousands of people. It's just wild. To me, this is like all just some crazy game, and she gets off on it. I've said it a time and time again, but it is just so wild to think like it's like their normal manipulation of like, oh, I'm just gonna lie and cheat her. That's not good enough anymore. Like, we need to involve feeding her till she's bedbound and humiliating her on a public platform.
It hurts. But when it comes to Tommy being a fear, it is not true, because I even explained this in the...
Okay. So this is a profile, I'm assuming, of Emily's. So it just says, a screenshot was taken Tuesday, December 31st of 2024. So not that long ago. Body types I like. Pear-shaped chubby. Chubby all over. Super chubby. Which one of those is Amber? Super chubby? Because I think she's like a SSSSSS BBW at this point. Features I like. Arms and legs. The legs. Bellies. Love handles. I don't see liver titty, but if it existed on this profile, I'm sure she would have selected it, obviously. So kinks. Forced. That I'm going to assume is like when they're eating food, growing. Okay, I'm not gonna read most of these out loud, but gaining to measuring, weighing, smashing, sinning. Tight clothes, popping buttons, fingernails and lipstick, roleplay teasing. Okay, wow. Yeah, she doesn't have a type. She just likes big girls.
VC was a couple nights ago. I have struggled with my since I was genuinely like 1 year old. I do not choose to be this size. I do not want to be this size. But I would never, ever in a million years be with someone who did not want to see me better and healthier.
Who wants their partners to literally like... All she wanted to do was feed me and make me more fat.
Every time I have to see this clip, it just makes my skin crawl, because I feel like Amber's trying to make it like, see, look what she did to me, you guys. But like at the time when she was writing it, she was like into it. You can almost tell by the writing, like feeding me and making me more fat. Like she was enjoying it.
Anyways, I don't know if my girlfriend even wants me to read this, but I'm going to. So she texted me and she said, I know you wouldn't choose them over me. I wouldn't ever want you to talk about my pets. I'm very sorry and regretful that I said those things. I let the heat of the moment get the best of me, and I said things I regret so much. So
Okay.
She literally just sent that to me.
What's this part about scratching your girlfriend? Is there a story there that I'm missing?
Again, the editing, I love it.
At the time, like, she had this random rug, and she's trying to like leave the room, and I'm like, no, don't. Like, I'm like, just imagine like the ugliest cry you can ever.
This is where she was probably pursuing her to every single room and then also barricading the door so that Emily couldn't leave. So essentially Emily is trapped with Jabba the Hutt at the doorway being like, "No, you're not going anywhere." Like, oh my god. Talk about worst case scenario. Sure, there was probably some stenches drafting in, just bottling up in the room. You can't get out. Oh my god. No.
Whatever. And she's trying to leave the room, and I'm like, please don't. I end up tripping over the rug while falling.
Again, she's making it so she's trying to downplay so much like what she was actually doing. Like, no, you were actually like preventing her from leaving, which in certain states can be considered holding someone against their will, and you can be criminally charged for that, just so you know.
Her, right? I tripped.
Okay, so just what are we looking at here? These are, I think, more of the Rachel screenshots. Yeah, this is just this is the messages between her, Amber and Emily. We've seen them all before, so it's just kind of where she's describing the nails being dug in.
And like my big Bulbasaur body was going into Tommy, and then she was like falling to the floor, and I went to like pick her up, like grab her. It was a whole mess. And then, see, this is why
And then your giant blubberous body fell on her. Yeah. I wonder what it feels like to be body slammed by a walrus, because that's exactly what Emily went through.
I feel like it's gonna leak into my life, so I'm just gonna say the parts that I did wrong and not her, because it's like I don't want. I just don't.
Oh, wait. Why is being body slammed by a walrus and Amber's the walrus so funny?
It's making me uncomfortable, but that's what happened.
You said that she kicked you in your arena.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
How are you gonna pick Tommy up when she's falling? Yet you can't pick yourself up off the damn floor when you fell in the shower? Woman shrugging emoji.
Sorry.
And Frank is a human who was writing her experience, right? Her feelings and her experience, same as me. But everything that I write in my journal is 100% true.
Is this where she's like justifying comparing herself to Anne Frank and like the meaningfulness of like oh my god, Amber. Honestly, she could have just said, you know what, I shouldn't have said that. That was stupid for me to make that comparison. I shouldn't have said it. And that's it.
Truth. So it's how I feel at the time. And when I wrote, my girlfriend got me Buffalo Wild Wings because she wants to make me fatter, that could be seen by a group of people who hate us together as a fact. But if you use your brain power, that was a feeling that I had in anger.
She's already cheated.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. The audacity of this bitch to try to act like we're the dumb ones. Like, you're the one that was basically acting like if it's written in your diary, then it's gospel. Now she's gonna be like, you guys are fucking so stupid for thinking that this was true. Ew. Idiot.
On you. She's already cheated on you, so if she comes to fat cam and sees another fat bitch definitely looks better than you, then she's likely to leave you for her.
Is this true? Did your
When
girlfriend
did she cheat on me?
I went through her phone with her permission because I caught her talking to an ex. It was a girl that she said that she literally blocked. Turns out she didn't. Called some girl super cute and all this bullshit the night before we met in person, even though we were actually dating. She was messaging some weirdo on WhatsApp called Emma. Don't know fully what that was about. I still don't get it. And she's not honest about anything. She also
Wow, it's almost like you had a bunch of signs at the very beginning of your relationship that it wasn't like a good thing for you and you should have just dipped out, but you're so desperate for attention and somebody that actually likes your body that you're willing to put up with all these horrible toxic things. Wow. That summarize it? Summarize it for you? Okay.
messaged this girl that she hooked up with in Tennessee literally a week before we got together behind my back, and I ended up calling her and everything. I just feel so betrayed. All she does is lie to me and talks to all these random girls.
Yes, someone in Canada.
We weren't together at the time, and I was also talking to some I had to block, actually. But yeah, next.
Well,
oh my god. like I said, it's just like the fact that someone like her has the audacity to act like she's better than, like, and like she's got better things to do than what she's doing. Also, they're talking about bringing Emily to fat camp. Honestly, that might be the greatest possible thing, because I don't know what they do with that, but if it's like a Big Brother kind of thing where we get like 24-hour footage, can you imagine what we would see happening between Emily and Amber? Maybe some of the legendary fighting
That
perhaps?
was also in other DMs, and
I was in DMs too.
so you were cheating on her.
No, we were broken up. Like I said, we broke up for months.
ALR said everything's rights in her journal is true, but the one entry that directly links Tommy being a then it's just a feeling, is lying.
Just Amber's face right now, like she's literally like actively crossing her eyes. Yeah, yeah. It's the way it is in this moment for her, but everything else doesn't make sense, and it's just exactly. She wants to pick and choose what's what, and it's just dumb. That's why you just can't even really trust a single thing they say, whether it's written in her diary or not.
Bepeedee symptom 2? Woozy face emoji.
That's why people don't believe her when it comes to serious shit, because she's lying. Like, if you'll lie about dumb shit, you'll lie about serious shit.
That's true. Absolutely. If someone's willing to lie to you over something so small, best believe they have no problem lying to you about big shit.
I feel like I'm not being heard. I've never lied in my journal. I feel like I'm not being heard right now, if that's what you guys are taking from what I'm saying.
Okay, so
I've never lied in my journal. When I wrote the words, she just wants to make me fatter, that was an emotion that I was feeling because I was so pissed at her. Does that make sense?
Pays your girlfriend for her to come to fat camp with you, then you would have someone on your side like you felt Scooter would be. It would also help get back to the weight she was when you met her. It's a win-win.
Yeah, so I'm not going.
But it'd be so much fun.
Next question.
Please? Fupa, do it with me.
Fupa, is there anything that, like, okay, so you were a viewer,
Please,
right?
Amber.
Like, you were obsessed with me, right?
Amber, please.
Is there any question that you... All right,
Fat camp, Amber. No, Amber.
For her to come to fat
Amber,
camp.
please.
All right. Well, just a peek back in to what Amber now considers her life. I want to thank you guys all so much for spending a little part of your day with me. Again, a big thank you to BPD. Their videos are amazing. I'm glad to see their channel is taking off. If you are enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. It helps out a lot. Thank you, BBs. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.